Microsoft just announced that xCloud is going to be put into Game Pass Ultimate. Let's chat about that. Hello?
Anybody on mic?
What's up, chat friends? Welcome to another episode of In-Game Chats, where we talk all about game news, leaks, and rumors. So there's been a press release by Microsoft recently that they stated their xCloud, their coming game streaming platform, which actually isn't going to be called xCloud, we'll talk about that in a minute. It's going to be rolled into their Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So it's going to be one subscription. You're going to pay $14.99 per month. You're going to get your Game Pass games, which is, their Netflix-like library of all these, newly added rotating games. Some games get taken away, some games get brought in, just like Netflix movies. Some are taken away, some are brought in. But that's their subscription that they're going to now roll into this streaming service into that Game Pass Ultimate. So for $14.99, you're actually getting, quite a bit. You're getting all these Netflix-style games where you can download it onto your system. And now you won't even need a console to play these Game Pass games. So come September, when this launches, you can just play it on your mobile device, on a browser, and just jump into any one of those hundreds of games on Game Pass for $14.99 a month. So you won't even need a console when this launches in September 2020. But there's this article on The Verge that I want to talk about where, Microsoft was basically outlining some of the things that they're doing with the service. And so in the article, Phil Spencer was interviewed, and they talk about how over time we will continue to expand how we introduce streaming as part of the platform and playing games that you own that aren't part of the subscription. So for launch, we're putting it in Ultimate for no additional cost. That's important. We think it's good for our audience for us to start with, and it's an audience that plays a lot of games. So that's important, first of all, to make a distinction about, because he says at launch. So what I'm thinking is that they are giving everybody, all Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, or possibly, everybody to start with, a taste of what the cloud brings. Just like what Stadia is trying to do now. Google Stadia is giving away all these subscriptions. People who are subscribed to YouTube Premium, they're like, oh, you get 3 free months of, Stadia Pro. And some people don't even want that. That's, Stadia is a whole nother topic to talk about. Like, not many people like Stadia right now. But so it's an introductory offer of them putting xCloud along with their Game Pass Ultimate subscription, this $14.99 subscription. So it's not going to last forever. It's just going to be at launch. And so they also state that we want to bring xCloud eventually to every screen that someone can stream games to. Right now we're just saying mobile. So right now they're just focusing on, iOS and Android phones and tablets, I believe. But they're going to talk more about that come September when it launches. So that's the other part of the article, is that they don't have the final name set up yet. They are not going to call it xCloud. Phil Spencer has stated that it's not going to be called xCloud. And in the article, he writes, this isn't going to be the official name, but you should think about it as Game Pass Streaming or Xbox Streaming, something like that. We actually don't have the final name just yet, but it won't be Project xCloud. So it's not going to be called, that's not the final name. I want to hear what you guys have to think. What do you guys guess what kind of name it's going to be? I'm pretty sure it's going to be, just like they have Xbox Game Pass, it's probably going to be Xbox Game Stream or Xbox Stream, or, some Xbox One Stream, even though they're done with the one naming scheme now. So I want to hear what you guys would have to say. Comment down below what you guys think the name's going to be. And so in the article, moving back to the article, their plans, they talk about their plans beyond just streaming to mobile devices. So at first when it launches, it's just going to be mobile devices. But in the article, Phil Spencer says, there's an ease of browsing and buying capability on xCloud that I find incredibly valuable today. Many times, the first time I play a game will actually be on xCloud, so I can go and use it as a snackable trial experience. So they basically want to use xCloud as a way of quickly trying games. Just like now with, streaming services, we can basically stream trials of songs, like Spotify, how if you're not subscribed, you have like a constantly rotating album song of things in that playlist, and you might hear the song you want, you might not. So it's basically a trial run for them to say, hey, you can jump into this game instantly and stream it right now. If you want it, you can purchase it later on, but I'm sure that they want to have this experience initially as a way for people to try it. So that is really, I think their goal is to just get people to jump in immediately. Or, now that they want to integrate Facebook gaming and all this stuff with it, they could say, hey, if you like this person's streaming, let's say Halo Infinite, then you could jump into it right away, click on a button, boom, you're streaming it right away, you're playing it yourself. So that's they want that ease of accessibility and that ability to jump into a game right away. And which I think is going to be in 10 years from now, in 2030, possibly going to be where we're going to be at. We're going to be able to jump into games immediately through a server that are, much closer to us, better infrastructure 10 years from now, possibly. And we're just going to be able to jump into our game on a cell phone, on our tablet, laptop, wherever we are. We're just going to be able to just stream it right into our eyeballs. And so Phil Spencer also talks about, he compares it to Spotify. So he says, we want the trial to be as easy as it is in music and video today, where I can send you a track in Spotify today and you can stream it instantly. Over time, anywhere I see a game, I should be able to give it a try. So yeah, basically they want you to have instant access to a game and be able to play it instantaneously. You see it, click on it, want to play it. So I think it's an interesting strategy that they're, the overall, if you look at the big picture of what they're trying to do with streaming, they want to be available everywhere. They don't want to be tied down to a console, and Phil Spencer has said this in the past. I think that with how they now rip Mixer, rest in peace, Mixer is dead, but just how they integrated Mixer into their Xbox dashboard, because once you turned it on, you saw, oh, look who's streaming on Mixer, like check out this Mixer thing, look at, sign up for Mixer. And I'm like, no, I don't, stop trying to make Mixer happen. And it didn't happen. Microsoft didn't happen. But just like with them trying to integrate Mixer with everything in Xbox, they're going to do that with xCloud. They're going to plaster it everywhere, say, hey, jump into this game right away, try it for an hour, see if you like it, let's stream it immediately, you don't have to wait. And so I think that's how they're going to incentivize people to start to get more comfortable with the streaming, and of course the technology behind it. If they can deliver on their low latency and low lag, if they can deliver on that promise, then it's going to be a huge improvement to what Google Stadia has now, because they promised a lot, didn't exactly deliver on everything, and that's why it's not doing well. But with the whole integration of everything and Microsoft's cloud platform, the whole Azure monster, they're probably going to be the closest ones to deliver on their promise. And then of course this is going to make Sony, with their PlayStation Now, I mean, they're going to be pressured to improve that service. It's gotten a little better now that some games, you know, there are some AAA games that are now, they're older AAA games, but they're starting to come to the service. And so it's slowly improving. You know, the price dropped a little bit. The game offering is improving a little bit. But if they don't kind of match or, you know, do what Microsoft is doing, then PS Now is just going to fall way behind, you know. And when the time comes, maybe 10 years from now, maybe 20 years from now, when we're just streaming games, I know it sounds crazy to think now, but we're slowly, now with the PS5 all digital edition, we're slowly inching our way towards an all digital, all in the cloud platform. And you know, that is kind of hard to think about right now in 2020, but if you're watching this video in 2030 or 2040, then that could be where things are going, where everything is in the cloud. You know, you don't even own your digital games. It's just subscription that you own certain, you know, titles that come in and out. That could be the future when infrastructure is big enough. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think about their plans and how they're integrating this offering of Game Pass Ultimate combined with their, you know, xCloud? I think it's adds value to Game Pass. You know, it's already a pretty good value, and it keeps increasing every, you know, few months of their offering and what they're offering. So I just think this adds another layer of value to that subscription. That $15 keeps getting you more and more and more value. So I think this is a smart move for them to introduce their cloud platform and to have people, you know, kind of say, hey, you know, you're already subscribed to this, you get this for free for now. Later on, we'll see what additional, you know, just like with Apple having Apple Music and, you know, their Apple TV Plus, all these different subscriptions that, you know, you have to pay for separately. They might do that later on. But for now, I want to hear what you guys think with your, you know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments about how you think xCloud is doing and Game Pass Ultimate. If you guys are using it, let me know. All right, give me a thumbs up if you loved it. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Subbed if you love this talk. And I'll see you guys on the next chat. Peace.